Hi there, and welcome back to the History of Fleetwood Mac. I'm Anita. Today I needed to do a little side part because I keep getting rid of t-shirts and I keep taking you on little side quests. I do apologize. But I have a lot of shirts. I have a lot of sweatshirts. I have a lot of jackets and shirts. And I'm really trying to sell a lot of them. So I thought before I got rid of what I have left at the moment that I can find, because I've been in this bedroom, I've been in that bedroom, we're in a different part of my house. I thought I would show you some of the t-shirts that I do have still. This one I haven't decided if I'm going to sell this one yet. This is not an original Buckingham Nicks t-shirt, but what it is indeed is an original, from the original silk screen that was used for Buckingham Nicks t-shirts in 1973, 4. And the gentleman who sold it to me was George Kane, who I've spoken about many, many a time. It looks like it has a big crease down it, but that's not the case. Just a little worn. I did wear it a lot. And he obtained that many, many years ago. So it was really cool because it was from an original piece and time used. So this would technically be my earlier shirt that was made sometime in the 90s. So, but being as a Buckingham Nicks and the Birmingham, because I guess they did have t-shirts at some of their shows when they went back on the little tour before going back out with Fleetwood Mac. So that would be one of the earliest t-shirts that I have. Next, as far as early that I have next would be Other Side of the Mirror. That would be the next earliest. And this shirt I have had since I went to the concert. I've worn this and shown this many times. It's got 2 holes right here, which is unfortunate. And it's so paper thin now that I don't think this one I'll probably never get rid of. And it's not as yellowed as you would think it would be. And it's also not as messed up around the collar and stuff like that, again, that you would think it would be. But I love the shirt, and I do remember buying this, and it's really special. So that is my next earliest shirt from 1989, because remember, I went to the first show in 1987, Fleetwood Mac, and this would have been my first Stevie show. Now, I did used to have a lot of t-shirts from Tango in the Night, but those are long gone, unfortunately. And I have gotten some more back and sold them again, or lost them, or just don't fit in them anymore. So yeah, this is the back of the Other Side of the Mirror shirt. The Buckingham Nicks had nothing on the back. Next up we have, it fell down, one of the coolest shirts. This is from 88, the most recent Penguin being 88 right here. So you see, kind of goes in order from, well, that's a 67. I don't remember that in 67, but it could be wrong. 72, definitely. 75, 100%. 77, The Rumors, Mirage, and then the Tango in the Night Greatest Hits era. And this is another favorite shirt just because of all the penguin art on it. And that on the back of the shirt. You got to excuse Susie peeking around in the background here, my other muse. Next up are, again, Behind the Mask t-shirts from 1990. This one might be mine. It is a large, so that's more than likely true. So this one could be the one I got in 1990. And if you see them wrinkled and they look dirty, I apologize. To be honest with you, but they've been in boxes, they've been in storage. I used to have them all hanging up, but there's just no room to do that anymore. And like I said, I've been trying to kind of thin them out. And most of the things that I would keep are, again, things that were kind of sentimental, or I really like the artwork on this one, but even still, I might sell that one. But I don't fit into half of these anymore. Or if there's a unique picture. Now, this isn't a unique picture. This is stuff we've seen, in the books and stuff like that. But, kind of with how it's kind of toned, the color tone and everything like that is kind of cool. So, and then this is the behind the mask. This is the back of the t-shirt. This is the behind of the t-shirt. Oh, and then let's walk into the camera as well. Next up, we have another Behind the Mask one. This one I thought, of course, when I got it, I thought it was cool. This one might have been a parking lot t-shirt because it's kind of bland. It's kind of weird. No dates on it or anything like that. Can you see that clear enough here? Is that better? Maybe. And then this really loud on the back. Oh no, maybe it is a real t-shirt. I mean, because this was like what was on the tour book, so possibly. It's pretty good shape. They just don't make shirts like they did back then. And I hate to sound like that. Oh, don't make them like they used to. But the point is that the silk screen and all that, these prints have endured. These have gone through the wash. These are from like I told you, 1989, 1990 and stuff like that. And, they're in really good shape. Now, this one is definitely a parking lot t-shirt. It looks like it was silk screened on or however they did it. And it was kind of faded already. You can see that here. Maybe I have too much light. I apologize for some of them. But but it's still kind of cool. It's kind of unique. And then this is the back of it here. And you can see like it was a really crappy job done on the back. So I have a feeling that this one, and it was really for a few dates, which I thought was kind of weird. So who knows? So maybe it was. This one's got a bad hole. I just noticed that, unfortunately. Next up, we have Time Space. And this looks like an original shirt from 1986 from Rock a Little. And it even says down here, 1986 Rock a Little Inc. But it's a lot paler than the original shirt was. And if you notice here, it was redone and put for best of 1991 tour here. So it is not a 1980, or could have been recycled, 1986 stuff that they had left over, and then they just had this printed on. But I don't know that they would do that. I'm not saying they wouldn't. I just don't know that they would. And I think, yeah. But it seems like a lot of effort to just put that on the sleeve. But I mean, if they did have all this left over, I mean, maybe it's just as easy. So who's to say? It's hard to say. But like you would think on the back, they would have something that said, Time Space. So. Next up, that's it I have for Time Space. Next up, I have Street Angel. This was a very rare, unusual. I've seen a couple people with this, and this was a parking lot t-shirt, and it looks real creepy in the picture, to be honest with you. This looks real creepy, but it's still really cool. And I like the font, the color, and everything like that. And this part turned out really nicely. But the background part looks a little creepy. But it's just got a lot of artwork on it. And again, considering if you can see all the marking and stuff on it. Again, this is, for a parking lot t-shirt, this has endured really well, I think, anyway, with all the dates and stuff like that. Next up, a real 1994 Street Angel shirt, and I believe this one is mine that I got at the show. I think it was the only thing I got at the show. Yes, it's an XL shrunk. And this is it here. It says Stevie Nicks here. Like this one, maybe I wouldn't sell either. My 89, and it's pretty worn out, pretty stretched out, very faded. It was very black when I got it. There's a couple little holes here and there on it. But the back is really nice here. I remember getting the shirt. Well, no, I remember getting the 89 one as well. But to my recollection, there weren't a lot of options for the Street Angel shirts. I'm sure there were a lot more, but I just don't remember them. And this one I think at the show they had the one with a CD cover on there. And I know I've had one and sold that, which I shouldn't have because it's pretty rare, but it is so generic and so like, wow, guys, really, but I guess CDs were just kind of coming on, and I don't know who thought that idea was a good idea, but anyway, but I had that one, but I think I bought that years later. So that one might have been at the show, and I was just like, no. But I remember getting this when I had pictures of me posing right afterwards with the shirt and stuff like that. Maybe even in the Street Angel era where I showed my tickets and stuff like that, I might have shown a picture holding my program and the shirt and some other stuff. So that was it for what was it? Technically Buckingham Nicks, but 90 to 94. Let's take all this down here. Next up, we have, hold them up here. We have a lot of the dance era here. So start off with this one. A lot of the stuff is the same. The dance had a lot of t-shirts, and I will tell you what, I went and bought one of everything. It was, the reunion tour. I mean, I'd seen them in 87, and I think I told you guys I had like $100, and I thought it was just so badass. And I think I got a pin, a tour book, and I might have gotten a shirt. I don't recall. But this was the first time I was, married by now. I had a good job, so I went and bought one of everything. Now, I can't tell you that any of these are mine, and I don't think as well that this one is a tour shirt. I think this one, again, might have been a parking lot t-shirt. And I think everybody knows, maybe, I don't know what else you call them, bootleg people would call them, but I call them parking lot ones because it's, all those people that are in the outside and the, at the end of the venue, just right at the edges where they can be out in the parking lot and such like that, trying to hawk their, their cheaply made t-shirts. But you know what? A lot of the times you get those t-shirts and they're better than the ones that you just paid $50 and $60 for in the venue. Nowadays, not so much. But I went and saw Metallica, and I'm not the largest Metallica fan at all, but a friend took me in Vegas. We went to see them in Vegas, and I didn't want to spend, I think it was like $65, $80 maybe for a t-shirt there. And outside it was $20. And it smelled like shit. It smelled like chemical. But, I came home and washed it really well. And, I got a souvenir, so that was kind of cool. And that's also really where a lot of people, if you're somebody like me who wanted one of everything, you might have bought one of everything, including the parking lot t-shirts. But sometimes people who just couldn't or didn't have the money, it was, real easy for them to get t-shirts outside. So, yeah, with the split tag and everything like that, I just have a feeling that that's possibly one of the, kind of more bootlegged, shirts like that. This one I know for a fact was sold at the show. These all could still be mine. It's honestly kind of hard to sell the dance stuff. I don't know why. Maybe it's still too new. I say that, but it's coming up on 20 years ago. So, yeah. 2007, 2030. Jesus Christ. 30 years ago. It's like, Calgon, take me away. So yeah, maybe it's too current. Maybe it's not vintage yet. But this is large. So I mean, I was at that time a little bit thinner, so large XL. But even still, I always usually bought larger XL shirts, no matter what, because I'd wear them under over like a thermal, or I just like baggy shirts. It's the 90s. So yeah, but I'm 99% sure that was a concert t-shirt. This one, again, don't think so. It's highly unusual with the split tag, so I'm going to say definitely. That's also kind of a thing that they do. This one, you can't really tell in the photo. You might be able to, but it's kind of yellowing in a weird way. Yeah, it's just not as good a job, but it's still kind of cool. And it's nice that it's a long sleeve. That's rare. And it's nice that it's white. You know what I mean? So often the t-shirts are just white or just black. And I love later on that they started doing like textured fabric, or, pink, or just some other color, a variety of colors to wear. So many t-shirts through the years. And I mean, of course, a black t-shirt's the most coolest and badass, but, it's nice to have a little combination. And this one as well has, this is great. I love this part, but I mean, what are we doing with the 1974 penguin on the back? Or 73 maybe? But still super cool. I mean, it is kind of let's see, it was 97. So no, I have to say it was around that year. I was trying to think of like maybe if it was the anniversary of this penguin or something like that, but I don't think so. But yeah, this was definitely a parking lot t-shirt. This one, 99% sure was, oh no, this one looks just like the regular one. Look at that, I have two of these. Huh. Of course I do. Yep, exactly like. And they are both XL. Let's see, this one was really cool because this was Dawn's. I know for a fact this one is hers. I wouldn't have gotten this, but kind of looking at it now, it's kind of a cool shirt. One of the jerseys, definitely one of the more expensive items, because anything that's like just not your typical t-shirt has got to be like, $30 more. So this was the Fleetwood Mac, kind of baseball jersey looking thing, with the cool, it's cool how it kind of buttons up like that with the logo. And I'm sure that this was from her collection that she gave me to sell for her. And then kind of the back again, like a baseball jersey. Yeah, so that one's kind of cool. Next up, we have 1998 for Enchanted. Now, trust me on this one. I could have 13 more shirts of each era. I mean, I could totally finish this video and be like, there were more things. Chances are it's very highly possible. So, but this is what I had and what I knew I had right away. So this one, these are definitely mine. Yes, these are mine. So these are things I bought during the Enchanted tour. Let's see if that comes in a little bit better. It's so weird filming somewhere else in my house and working with a different lighting. But, you know, when you're sitting in a chair, it's so hard, and I just thought it'd be easier to put them on hangers and try and get the, you know, things set up. So I hope this is working out for everybody. Then on the back, nothing. Cheapskates. Next up, I think this one is, oh yeah, I'm curious where, well, we'll see it anyway. This was a favorite. Like this one I might keep. This just looks so cool. That picture is just gorgeous. Even if it kind of fades and washes out, it just looks so cool. And then on the back in big letters, Enchanted 98. Which is cool because if I haven't already, I want to do videos on her artwork. And this is some of her drawing when it comes to the artwork, which I'll probably show. I keep talking about doing videos on her art, and this would be kind of an example of some of it, which is really cool. So between the picture and, you know, Enchanted, like it's written on the back, this would probably be one I kept. This one is not the original. This is really funny. I got this shirt. So I might have given it to somebody because I don't see it here. But anyway, as soon as I washed it, I got bleach on it. I have never in my life gotten bleach on anything. I seldom use bleach. Even if I do whites or something like that, trying to get the yellow or trying to keep them up, I'll use Woolite. But yeah, and so this one I got it, and like 2 days after getting it, I bleached it. I was pissed. Yeah, so this one's got, I don't even know what all these little holes are. Trust me, they are not bugs or anything like that. I've been a smoker most of my life, so could well be that. I don't know. Maybe they're a little, I don't freaking know. My dog got a hold of it, or I clipped it with my freaking jewelry. A couple of my bracelets lately have been clipping everything I've been wearing. I don't know what's going on. And I've lost 2 of them this week or last week. Yeah. But this one again, emblazoned with the Enchanted work. But I'm not as fond of that. I like it, but it's not as visual. I don't know. It is pretty cool, isn't it? But I think there's a button of this, so I think the button would be okay. But I like the blue one better than this one. But I definitely do like this one a lot. And then so yeah, I would probably keep this one, get rid of this one and the one behind it, but this one I would definitely keep. Again, one of my all-time favorite shirts. This is actually, yeah, definitely one of my all-time favorite shirts, this one. That is just, who doesn't love that picture? And it's so blown up and large and nice, and it's just the epitome of Stevie, her look, in my opinion. And then again, you know, this is a little more subdued on the back, which I kind of dig. And so on this one, as you well know, I would have gone to the San Francisco, Concord, not Portland yet. Had I known, I would have gone. But yeah, so yeah, this one I definitely like. So I think I'll wrap this video up on this one. We still have Say You Will through like 2022, which gets a little sparse, but then I have a lot of kind of like bootleg shirts. And then I know that I have like hoodies and stuff like that I'll show. So I hope you enjoyed this. Hope you didn't mind me going off on this. This is just something I really wanted to get shown because I'm really doing a lot of selling right now, and I didn't want to not have them and, you know, talk about shirts one day, because just like everything else that I have a lot of, you know, certain things. So hope you enjoyed this. Come back and join me next time. Bye.